Famous Dex. Where are they now? Let's check it out.
I'm gonna fight my.
Yeah, I recently learned that he went through a really like a bad drug addiction, like me. So let's check it out.
Demons, fighting a drug habit, you know what I'm saying?
And it's something that I have a lot of experience with, fam. And I'm not the proudest of it. I talk about it a lot because it's just it's just a large portion of my life.
No more pills.
Renowned for his vocal dexterity, not to mention his wicked improvisations and frenetic energy, Chicago rapper Famous Dex first made a name by producing a brand of hooky, southern-influenced hip-hop music.
He sounds like he's got a little bit of echo in his room, guys. Sheesh. I hope my mic doesn't sound that bad, but my mic's also a very cheap mic.
Creating a handful of self-released mixtapes, he finally found chart success in 2018 thanks to his debut studio album, Dex Meets Dexter. Unfortunately, soon afterwards, he'd undergo a series of controversies and begin losing his battle with addiction. After
Oh snap, you got the silver play button.
numerous
Or the gold play button.
arrests in 2020, Dex would finally check into rehab at the end of the year. Less than a month later, he was out and apparently clean. But shortly thereafter, Dex would begin reappearing on social media, clearly inebriated.
With a new tattoo.
Not only that, he'd find himself hit with 19 domestic violence and firearm charges stemming from that series of arrests. Want to find out how Dex avoided spending a potential 18 years behind bars? Then keep watching our newest episode of Where Are They Now?
Alright. Where are they now, fam? I've been stuck in the Fortnite section for so long. Ray William Johnson. He's a TikToker now. Where are they now?
Famous Dex was born Dexter Gore Jr. on September 6, 1993 in the Chicago, Illinois neighborhood of Inglewood.
Oh, Chicago. That's straight in the hood, right?
While growing up on the streets of Chi-Town, Dexter attended Robeson
You called it Shike Town.
High School, which is the same institution that fellow Chicago rapper Lil Durk once attended. After messing around with creating his own bars, he began taking
They're from Chicago as well.
things more seriously once his mother passed in 2014 from breast cancer.
How did she pass, if you don't mind me asking?
Breast cancer.
Oh, that's tragic.
This whole side of my face right here, it's like represent my mom's breast cancer right here. I lost my mom 4th-stage breast cancer, you know what I'm saying? I said I knew I was gonna be a star.
Yo, cancer is scary, man.
So they caught it late.
Call it late.
By the following year, Dexter had recorded and self-released 2 mixtapes, Never Seen It Coming and Dexter's Laboratory. Then in 2016, he dropped one of his first big viral hits with Drippy Drippy off of the mixtape appropriately named Drippy. Thanks to his success, Dex would be signed to Rich
Oh, this song. I remember this song.
the Kid's label,
That's how I discovered him.
Rich Forever Music. Soon afterwards, Dex teamed up with A$AP Rocky for the track Pick It Up, which would become his first single to hit the charts, peaking at the number 54 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. His debut studio album, Dex Meets Dexter, would
Oh, I remember this song as well, yo.
follow in 2018
But now I just never see him in my recommended.
and was buoyed by his biggest hit to date, Japan, which climbed all the way to the 28th spot on the Hot 100
Oh yeah, Japan was a freaking awesome song, yo.
on the strength of some candy-colored synths and bouncy melody. Suddenly, more successful than he had ever been before, Famous Dex seemed poised to become the next big thing out of Chicago. But then, over the course of the next couple of years, everything would begin to fall apart. This past year, Famous Dex was hit with a total of 19 domestic charges, stemming from 3 separate incidents as they were far from his first
He cut his hair.
transgression. Back in 2018, just as Dex was beginning to really pop off, an old video surfaced from around 2 years earlier of him getting into a physical altercation with his
Yeah, I remember seeing this, fam. I was like, yo. Whoa. I'm not sure. I don't think they're even gonna show what he did here.
then girlfriend. Bro, I remember this. He got like taken off Double XL for this. Once this tape began making the rounds, people began
That tape was everywhere, guys.
breaking off their business relationships with Dex.
It was hard to watch.
pulled out of a sponsorship, and the students at the University of California campus where he was scheduled to take the stage protested his
Yo, I like the jacket where it has like a zipper right there. That's so cool.
performance. With his name swirling in the headlines, Dex made an appearance on The Breakfast
A zipper in the chat, like the zipper in the area, like right there. That's so awesome, bro. It's like,
Club and told them, "What I learned from that, I learned to law."
yo, I think he didn't film this in one day because in this next scene, he's wearing something different.
Not just me putting my hands on a female. Me, losing my mom, me being new to this music stuff. It was a lot of pressure on me, you know? So I just kind of blanked out right there. God is good. I'm glad everything kinda, it went a different way. I didn't go to jail for it. She didn't get hurt or nothing. Charges were ultimately never pressed against Dexter, and while it seemed like his career was in a precarious position, things got more or less back to normal for a time. After releasing 2 EPs in 2019, Famous Dex dropped his second and most recent studio album, Diana, named after his late mother, in October of 2020. But before anyone could determine if the album was going to be successful, his old problems began to crop up once again.
Again? Guys, what is he gonna get addicted to?
That very same month that his album dropped, Dex was arrested for abusing yet another woman. This time,
Oh, never mind.
he was charged with corporal injury, domestic violence, threatening a domestic partner, inflicting bodily injury, exhibiting a firearm, dissuading the victim from reporting a crime, defacing property, and illegal possession of a firearm.
Damn, bro, that whole slew of charges, fam.
Yeah, it's a pretty long list, and it was just the first of 2 more arrests to come, because only a few weeks later, police were called to Dex's home for a domestic violence dispute between the rapper and a woman who was discovered with cuts on her skin. This time, things really got out of hand when Dex decided to have a standoff with a SWAT squad by barricading himself in his residence and brandishing a weapon.
Okay, that's a little much.
Things eventually de-escalated, and Dex was brought in on charges of domestic violence, weapon possession, dissuading a victim from reporting a crime, and defacing property. And finally, Dex was arrested for a 3rd time during what was supposed to be a routine traffic stop. Dex had been riding shotgun as the passenger in a friend's car, but he may have taken that position a little too literally, because when the car was stopped, police found a loaded gun under Dex's seat. Thanks to his
Oh, man.
priors, he was barred from carrying a weapon, so he was charged
I am also barred from carrying a weapon forever. Unless I get it expunged, but I don't think I... Never mind.
once again. Taken into custody, Dex was facing the possibility of spending as many as 18 years behind bars. But before we get into
Dang, bro, he keeps getting arrested, yo. He keeps getting arrested.
how that ultimately resolved itself, let's circle back to what contributed to many of these arrests. Dex's
I thought he was gonna mention his sponsor.
substance abuse issues. Famous Dex has been struggling with his sobriety for as long as he's been in the spotlight. Even as far back as 2018, he was
Hey, man, he's like hurt from his mom's passing. But that can't be used as an excuse.
passing out on Instagram Live and causing people to worry about him. In 2019, things had gotten bad enough that Dex made the decision to quit sipping lean and popping Xans. But later that year, he suffered an epileptic seizure while performing in LA. Then, in December of 2020, Dex once again posted another video of himself to the gram where he was rapping along to a new song, while looking like death incarnated. Many of his fans were concerned over his frail looking stature, not to mention how freaking high he looked. That very same day, Dex also posted a couple of videos showing off some of his tattoos reading "Sad and Love" before posting the
I didn't know he got tattoos. In blue?
ominous tweet, "I don't want to
In red?
smile no more." The situation became concerning enough that Annalie Chopra reached out to show support and asked Dex to get help. At first, Dex seemed to respond positively to the concern over his well-being, but that didn't last too long. Eventually, he was tired, with everybody wondering what the hell was up with him, and let us all know.
Whatever y'all worried about, get the off my dick.
Thankfully, cooler heads seemingly prevailed, and Dex finally agreed to enter rehab in December of 2020. A month later, he'd be home, and even though he said he had learned so much during his treatment, it wouldn't take long for more live videos of him slurring his words to begin popping up online once more. Still struggling with his sobriety in 2021, Dex had to deal with the fallout from his numerous legal issues as well. During a court hearing in regard to his 19 charges from the previous year, it was discovered that Dex had violated a protective
He went bald as well?
order that had been in place to protect one of his victims. Upon this discovery, he was immediately taken into custody and held on
Looks so different.
$200,000 bond. On September 1st, 2021, he was sentenced to 364 days in prison in order to serve his time at the Men's Central Jail in Los
Dang, he got prison.
Angeles. At the time, his release date was projected to be in November, to account for the time he had already spent in prison. But just after a couple days of being sentenced, Dex was released from prison due to overcrowding.
And I got big too.
Kid home, man. Don't around.
And I got big too.
Don't play the kid home.
Since leaving prison behind, Famous Dex has dropped one new track, a single called Beehive, which has accumulated a little over 250,000 views in just a month's time. It's
Yo, we could react to that.
decent numbers for an artist whose output has been sporadic to say the least, but far from spectacular.
It could be worse.
Will he ever reclaim the momentum that he once had in 2018? At this point, it's probably still too early to tell, but we'll be keeping an eye out on the career of Famous Dex and update you accordingly. As for now, well, you're all caught up with the recent history. My name is Clyde Smith, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another one.
One banger and then disappears, guys. Or not disappears, sorry. Just 2016 was truly Dex's year. All the way in 2016? It's already got famous like a little bit later than that. Jeez, bro. It's like 7 years ago. He's hurting for his mom. Yeah. Pray for Dex, man. Pray for Dex. See you guys next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out Before They Were Famous in the description. Later, fam. Oh, wait. Let's read more comments. I want to know more. Someone says, don't really hit the same without Michael McCrudden. What happened to Michael McCrudden, guys? That's who used to be on this channel, I think. Prayers for Dex? Yes, prayers for Dex. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next one.